fathom it. So that started with Edge coming out. So good start, okay?
Yeah. I mean,
that's already a strong start. Okay. So he comes out. He's talking about everything that Christian said at Dynamite, which was like a lot of bad things about his wife and his children that he's the godfather of, but he's like, I'm going to be your real father and all this stuff. So immediately, once he mentions Christian's name, Christian's music hits, and a lot of random people come out that were like, who the heck is that? But it's security. So he comes out with a lot of security, and which is hilarious because he did say a lot of bad things to Edge. So he's going to come in with like a wall of security. And he's going to come in, they're going to form a wall in front of him and blockade him from Edge. So this is hilarious. This is great. I'm already on board with this. On a day where I'm ready to rip on AEW for the horrible, hard times in my life, so far I don't have anything bad to say.
Yeah.
I'm liking this so far. Edge and Christian, okay. So Danielson comes out because he's going to be fighting Christian tonight on Collision, main event. It's Christian Danielson. That's a great solid booking. So he comes out to address Christian, excuse me. And I think there's going to be a parade of people coming out at this point. It's going to be like whose music hits next? Ricky Starks. So Starks and Big Bill won the tag team title. Starks comes out. He's just like, you guys are wasting my time. This is Ricky Starks' time, which I like that, right? That's kind of cool. Makes him kind of feel like a star. So he comes out, tells everyone. Oh, by the way, did you see this exchange with Edge and
I did.
Ricky Starks, which was a little funny. But the thing I don't understand about it is why Edge was giving him such a hard time. Like, isn't he there to kind of put the young guys over and help them look good, maybe? Like, why was he trying to bury Ricky Starks here? But I think I heard that Ricky Starks said something about him. He called him, like, bug-eyed or something. And then Edge went at him with, like, the insults, really heavy. But it was an insult battle. It looked kind of legit. And it kind of flustered Ricky Starks. He stuck with it. He didn't, like, fall apart. But it didn't make him look as cool as he kind of could have. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, I don't know if you had any thoughts like this when you were actually watching it at the time.
I did. I saw that, and I was like, well, yeah. I mean, it's one thing after, like, going after the heel, face going after the heel, but yeah, it seemed to take a little bit of a personal route. Like maybe they were improvising, which is okay sometimes, but you know, it depends on what story you're trying to tell here.
I think they should be trying to tell the story of Starks being a star because they need a freaking star at this point. I don't think
I agree. I agree.
So okay, but that's my thought on that. Let's move on with the segment because I think more people come out. It's FTR, right? So apparently we heard they had to drop the titles because they were injured, but they're right back here a week later getting physical, as we're going to see. So, okay, I don't get that. Makes me kind of feel more like that was just a booking decision to give the titles to Starks and Bill. But, okay. And then how does this segment ends? I think all the good guys take out the security and the bad guys kind of bail out.
Powder out, right?
Yeah, so that it was a good start to the show that set up the main event and a bunch of other things. The tag title picture, Edge and Christian. Okay, so far I'm digging it. I don't really have much bad to say. I don't know if you got anything to say.
No, this was fine. This was all fine.
Okay. All right. Well, moving along. Let's see what they got next. Here's Christian and everybody taking off. The main event was the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson against Christian, or as he's known now, Christian Cage. I like calling him Christian. I don't know why. I think it's cooler. It just rolls off the tongue. One name. He's the only Christian to me. So this was a good match. I don't know if I bookmarked any highlights. I mean, that's pretty athletic right there from Christian in his old age. These guys had a bunch of crazy spots like this.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Good work.
Really good match. I think this was kind of a good spot where they were threatening to suplex Christian onto the outside, and he's holding on for dear life. I like that. I That was a good move right there by Christian too. Still at the top of his game. Top of his game with Bryan Danielson. See, so here's another thing. See, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna give this show a better grade because this is a good main event. And I know there was a lot of bad stuff in the middle, but
dude, the only things that have been good at all are the opening and the main event, the opening segment and the main events. Everything else has been filler.
Yeah, you know what? No, the way you put it, it's probably true. But except for maybe the Miro thing, I like that.
Yeah, okay.
So there was a spear and a kill switch. I think this was a false finish, though. So this wasn't. I think Danielson had one too, though, where he hit the knee, the Psycho knee, I guess as they call it, and that was a false finish too. And I think in the end there was interference because
there has to be.
Well, Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne were banned, but Big Bill and Ricky Starks were the ones that Ricky Starks came out of nowhere.
Hit him right. Okay, now it came back to me.
Because he's still, in a way, feuding with Danielson. I guess is that going to lead to another match with them, or what? What's that about? Oh my god.
Well, it looks like based on that he helped Christian win the match, right?
Oh god, if they're going to go around with that in another circle for Danielson Starks thing, I'm not so happy about that. But okay, so Christian keeps the title, and I think they're going to do a post-match beatdown, right? And who's going to come save? FTR is the first ones, and I think Edge too. Gallup's in there. So they're gonna take everybody out. I think Big Bill's gotta help Starks leave.
Is this the one where like Nick Wayne gets like beat up by everybody?
Yeah, Nick Wayne's unfortunately the only guy left in the ring, so they're gonna spear him. They're gonna spear him. But